all jokes aside, as we are, everybody knows Geoff very well, but a legit fighter, but is 39 years of age. Is that length of time away from the cage, is it too much? We're about to find out. Touch of gloves, and we're underway in the middleweight division.
Geoff has been working diligently on his boxing, doing work with the great and powerful Andrew Burrows. You can see the effect of that with the body shots, just chasing Khodary.
And Khodary just covering up, maybe having a look at what Hall is offering.
Trying to weather that early storm, but Khodary himself a pancration fighter, so...
Landing some good shots there, Khodary. That was a nice left hand in that combination.
Has experience in not only pancration sport fighting, but also kickboxing and Sanda. Nice leaping hook and charging forward.
And that left hand is finding a home. Looks for that neck as well now.
Could be in on a standing guillotine.
He's heavy on the pressure here.
Oh, that looks tight. He's putting absolutely everything into this. Mounts Geoff Hall.
Khodary in a good position, but Geoff Hall looks to try to get back to his feet, but the Frenchman is really starting to put it on the fan favourite.
Has that grip.
Looking for the neck again, Phil.
Geoff needs to straighten up. Does well to get out. Needs to circle off instead of just tracking backwards. Use your angles.
I like what Khodary's doing. He's putting him. He knows he's been out of the cage a long time, so he's putting it on him straight away, not allowing him time to settle. Hall is in on a single, but Khodary adapting well. Good balance by the Frenchman.
He wants to take that neck, doesn't he? And he looks very calm now. That's bound to be great for the confidence of Khodary.
And heavy breaths by Geoff Hall. And Khodary mixes up the body kick, and he's looking good, the Frenchman here. Big overhand right. Hall just got out of the way of that. And now it's Geoff Hall who has put Khodary up against the cage here.
Just watch Khodary trying to reap that leg, but good knee in the clinch from Geoff just as the break.
And the Frenchman takes a big breath there, and that's the best shot of the fight so far for Hall. It was the left. The right just looked off target. That will give the IFS man some confidence. But again, Khodary looking for that neck.
Geoff needs to straighten up. Needs to be wary of the knees to the body.
Good work on the inside by Khodary as well.
I think Khodary surprising a lot of people with how aggressive he's being.
And Hall needs to be careful as he's coming forward. He's almost flailing forward and leaving himself exposed for uppercuts.
I think being out of the cage for that length of time, there's an inevitable adrenaline dump that comes after the first exchange, and I think Geoff may be feeling that.
Big right hand and left hand followed up. The Frenchman is finding his range here.
He's landing big overhands.
He's having the better of the exchange there, and a trip on Hall, and Hall rolls for a leg, but Khodary follows him down. That's the end of the first round, and a big first round by the Frenchman, trying to put it on Hall straight away from the first bell, and you can't see both men look tired going back to the corner, especially Hall. And I think, Phil, it's more to do with that adrenaline dump as well. Big support here for Clan Wars for Geoff Hall, so a lot of pressure coming into this.
I don't think Djibril Khodary so much earned the respect of Geoff Hall as he just went out and took it, landing big punches and showed his submission threat with that guillotine early on.
We're about to find out as we're getting ready for round number 2. Both fighters do look fatigued, understandably, for Geoff Hall. He's been away for so long. The Frenchman breathes heavy, a touch of gloves, and we're underway in round 2. And now it's Hall pushing forward. Goes high, the Frenchman with the kick, and Hall lands a good right hand.
We know Geoff Hall has one punch knockout power. We've seen that when he won the belt against Owen Kinney.
There's a nice left hand in the exchange. The Frenchman catches the kick and taps the knee and gets the takedown. It's Geoff Hall back to his feet, Phil.
Nice knee to the body from Geoff.
Just a groin strike there. Again, unintentional, just in the midst of a clinch. The knee was thrown up.
But interestingly, this affords both men the opportunity to get a little bit of wind back in their sails now.
5 minutes, and it's something, Phil, I've spoke to you numerous times about. You'll get fighters that when they get a groin strike, they're too eager to rush back. Like, take your time. If you're feeling it, if it's affecting you, take your time.
Especially if you've absorbed a number of punches from your opponent. But Decky Larkin just says, no, you're fine, get back into it, young man.
Hall digs to the body, but gets caught. Gets caught with a nice left hand. Hall drops his hands and is willing to almost throw down. And drops him. Hall looking for the finish. It was a big right-hander. Ground and pound raining down on the face. He strikes. Geoff Hall.
Whoa!
Done it for the old guys.
Djibril Khodary forced to tap to strikes. Geoff Hall, don't call it a comeback.
Ladies and gentlemen, comes up 46 seconds of round